Hey, Scorpio, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your April 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Scorpio, welcome. We are pulling from pre-shuffled decks. I know a lot of you like to see the cards being pulled on screen, so it's just going to take a couple extra moments here for the reading to start. But I will say here, there's some sort of obstacle. If you've been facing a challenge or an obstacle in an area of your life, you're going to find conflict resolution this month. There's going to be some answers, some clarity, some approval, some new soul contracts coming into the mix here. I feel good about this energy, but it's been challenging. I see it's been a little bit difficult here for you. Now, I also get the energy here of travel, thinking outside the scope of things. This could be stepping out of a comfort zone for some of you. Okay, because we have the Wanderlust card. I mean, this could be travel for some of you. It could be a move. It could be real estate. But the overall energy that I'm picking up on, Scorpio, is thinking outside the box, right? Getting out of a comfort zone. And that's why you have the Wanderlust card here. This is your gypsy soul being activated within you, where April is the month you're doing a lot of reevaluating, reassessing, revamping, and it makes sense because it's retrograde and eclipse season. So as we go through retrograde, I like to pull out all of the REs, right? What's working? What do we need to replenish? How can we rejuvenate? How can we reprioritize? So you're being asked at this time to explore. Exploration here is going to be your best friend this month. Scorpio, this could be new lands, new companies, new business ideas, new soul contracts with relationships. This could be switching up your environment even. So if you're used to eating at a specific spot in your home, maybe you want to try a new spot. Perhaps there's a new canvas or a new painting. You may want to change up your furniture or change up your office decor. This is a really great month to change things up because something feels a little bit routine or stagnant, and that may have been contributing to some sort of tug of war even, okay, conflict. And this is the card of solutions. It reminds me of the Five of Wands energy where there's some back and forth. For some of you, you are dealing with maybe criticism, competitiveness, or lack of leadership even, because we do have the Emperor, which is Aries energy, and the majority of April is Aries. And I feel like you could have been dealing with someone who thought they were an emperor, but they weren't, right? They could have been a negative leader, or they could have been very about the self, right? Very about the self, not the people, which a good leader is about the people. And I feel a selfish energy from someone that you may have been dealing with, okay, in matters of career or matters of the heart or a family situation. And it may have caused a lot of tension, a lot of triggers for you, Scorpio. This is about adversity, different opinions, different viewpoints. I'm also getting for some of you, this has to do with you putting yourself out there to get a new promotion or a new job. If this is career, it's like everybody going for the same job, the same position, and it feels like a million miles away. In order for you to get this job, it's like you feel like you have to be up here, but you are ahead of the competition is what I'm picking up on. And maybe that's why there's conflict resolution, because someone or a company or a business is going to see your inherent value. I see if there's been some squirrels or squabbles between you and maybe a counterpart, or you and someone of higher authority here, or if it feels like it has been challenging, this month could bring some big changes here, because you also have the timing card here, Scorpio. When the timing card shows up, this can talk about a long time coming, like something's been a long time coming. You've been in this position for quite some time. You're looking for a change, or you've been in a relationship for quite some time, or you've been single for a while. And the timing is now, and you actually have the Tower in reverse. So I feel like the time is now to free yourself from this conflict, this struggle, and to expand your horizons. That's exactly what I'm picking up on with the Wanderlust. Expansion, exploration. Your results, I feel, will be in your highest good. They will lead to a new life. You will have to plan. There's new planning that maybe you've already planned or mapped things out, but it could look differently. Okay, so for example, maybe you had things planned out for a home that you would really like to move into, and maybe it was 4 bedrooms, and you knew what the 4 bedrooms were going to consist of, maybe a child's room and an office. Well, maybe things are changed around a bit where you get a 3 bedroom or a family member comes to live with you. It's almost as if there's some changes that take place here where you have to adapt, okay? But it's not necessarily negative, because look at this. You have new life, you have soul tribe, and you have letting go at the bottom of the deck. So what you're working on is a new beginning, some major transformations taking place. This absolutely can be a fresh start in career, in health, in travel, in family, whatever resonates with you, Scorpio. But I am getting here rebirth and a new journey. It may have to do with, again, family, soul tribe, a sense of belonging. And because we have the Tower and the Emperor in reverse, you may not have felt like you belonged to a family or to a group or to this tribe. You're freeing yourself from that tug of war, because you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be valued, you deserve to be heard. And that's why you have letting go here. There is a liberation coming in. You're liberating yourself, possibly from some sort of scrutiny. Yeah, Page of Swords. There could have been some challenging news that you'd faced, or maybe you were the person that spoke up. You said enough is enough. This isn't right, or I'm not dealing with this. I'm not heard. I don't want to go back and forth. And I feel like the time now is for you to take action, because you do have some Wands energy coming in. Even though it's showing up in the lower vibration, you're going to pick up that momentum. And I feel by the end of April, even mid-April, thank you, Spirit, they're giving me like the 12th and the 13th, which makes sense because we actually have the 12 and the 13 here, which is Knight and Queen energy. So those dates could be significant. April 12th, April 13th, when it comes to some sort of closure, finalization. Maybe it's a court date, or maybe that's when you start a new job or you leave a job. Maybe that's when you sign a new contract or some paperwork. But there's ascension here and major growth. You've learned a lot of soul lessons, and some of those lessons were about endings or letting go. Especially if you find that you're not being valued or heard from a certain community or a certain tribe. A lot of you, this is what you are calling into your life, is new friendships, new family, new connections, and a shared journey with others who have the same values, have the same morals. They're giving me like moral compass, and that's interesting because we also see the clock watch. So there is something here about someone's moral compass. May have been broken, okay? May have been broken with that Emperor in reverse. Like their moral compass feels completely opposite to yours. But there's a new life coming in here. And a lot of times this is reminding me of the Judgment card, right? It is a major awakening that allows you to have a new beginning. And it can be the karma, the wheel of karma as well. And so I feel like a lot of you, if you've been dealing with something that's felt unfair or imbalanced, I feel like good karma is coming your way. All right. Yeah, look at that. Bottom, again, lastly, we have the milestone. So this does represent some sort of victory here for you. Now, diving into the tarot, your first card out is the Two of Wands, getting focused, but it's something to do with a choice, making a decision and seeing something clearly. You can see that she has this hyper focus on her eyes. So it's almost like you are guided to not take your eye off the prize here, even if that prize, you have to take a different route or a different direction to get to that that goal or to get to that milestone, whatever that may be for you. This is planning your future, making a decision here, where to live, where to move, where to go from here, when to retire. So you're thinking about these big life changes at this time, but I see that there is going to be a choice or a change that you make this month that sets you up for more stability long term. Yeah, sets you up for stability long term, because some of you, you're dodging a bullet with the Tower and the Emperor in reverse. This can be leaving behind. I mean, I don't throw this word out there too often, but it can be someone who is very narcissistic, okay, or very manipulative. Now, it's a characteristic that is a spectrum, so I'm not calling anyone out saying they have this disorder, but I feel like they do carry a lot of traits that can be highly manipulative or challenging, right? Challenging that could show up in the form of negative leadership, as we mentioned here with the conflict or with the Emperor in reverse. This could be learning to question, right? When the Emperor shows up, this could be you learning to question. This doesn't have to be someone else here, because we are in Aries season, and this is the Aries energy of how can we bring more order and more stability into one's life. It may require you shaking things up first, or eliminating or eradicating the things that no longer serve you. And that's why retrograde period brings about a lot of that reflection, right? I don't mind retrograde. A lot of people, again, like karma, they think of that one word, and because it packs a lot of energy, we need to change that, right? We need to change the energy that we put towards certain things, because fear can go into a lot of it. And the Tower doesn't have to be a situation to fear. It does require a foundational shift. And that's what I see you questioning here. Where are my roots? Where do I belong? What is going to make me happy? So I do see you doing a lot of soul searching here, and then getting focused on some new goals for yourself, Scorpio, and making the choices, right? Backing the vision up, which is the vision, backing it up with some action. And that's what the Emperor is all about. But you got to question this first. Is it something that is stable? If not, let it come crumbling down. Is it something that can be repairable, right? If it is, address the foundations, address the cracks in the foundation. If it's not, right, if it needs to be completely tore down and rebuilt, then address that. So take a look at what this Tower could be for you and bring order and stability to this. Now, showing up, like I mentioned, we do have the the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands energy. It is showing up here as a little bit wonky, right? A little bit in its lower polarity. But again, I feel towards mid-month, you're going to take action on something that you're quite passionate about. You can see these two looking at each other in a way, and she has that bow and arrow with the rose as the arrow, and she's ready to launch, right? So it's almost as if, and look at that, there's the Queen of Wands, and she has that mask on her face, and we see it showing up here as well. That's giving her, an almost like an eagle eye or a hawk eye's view of a situation. She's getting clear on what her intention is, and that's what you are being guided to do in the month of April, is get clear on your intentions, because the Queen of Wands, she is magical. She's a manifester. She's bold, and she's strong, and she's confident. She inspires others. She is very magnetized, and she feels confident in her dreams. And she may be showing up in the reverse at this time because of these two major arcanas. She may be a little bit insecure, right? She may be feeling like she's either not worthy of it, or she may feel like she's not sure if she has the power to really bring some sort of order to the mix here. That's why you have the Knight backing you up. There's your intention, right? There's the action, the motivation. So I do feel here, Scorpio, that whatever this is, whatever you're launching forward into this new beginning, it's right here. We just have to get past this hump of, the Tower and the Emperor. And how do we get past that hump? Focus, intention, and really taking a deep eagle eye or hawk eye look at what is, what's below the surface here. What are the cracks in the foundation? What can you question at this time, right? What can you question? And then we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is an investigator, right? He's like the private investigator of tarot, constantly searching, investigating, researching. And it almost reminds me of that phrase, curiosity killed the cat, right? So sometimes he can get into trouble by taking things too far. And I feel like you could have been dealing with someone who was very investigative, right? Maybe they went to extremes and they really wanted to dig in, because this Page of Swords, they can be relentless at times, but I feel like you're ready for a challenge. And I feel like a lot of you, this could be your energy of researching, doing your due diligence here, even though you may have been under scrutiny in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there was an investigation or a background check on you, or again, someone else. Maybe a company. Yeah, I almost feel like there's some sort of investigation that has taken place or will take place. Or this is just you kind of taking a look at your pros and cons, weighing up some options, and that may help you as well make some decisions by learning to question everything here, not just settling. If someone says this is the best apple, right, in the farmer's market, but yet there's 15 different apples and there's samples of the apples that you can test out and decide for yourself what is the best tasting apple to me, because this person is going to have a completely different viewpoint, right? That's the adversity. This person could have a completely different mindset of what a good flavor apple is. And instead of just taking someone's word for it, it's like you're sampling the 15 different apples. And I feel like that's what the Page of Swords is reminding you. Don't just take someone's word for it. Go out and explore, discover, hence the wanderlust. I do want to clarify here before we move on. Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about the Tower and the Emperor in reverse, please? The Tower and the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, there's an ending, major ending with the Death card. Look at that. 3 major arcana showing up for you. So this is big. This isn't just your average everyday, Monday or Tuesday. This is something that's quite significant. It's a major ending taking place here, a major rebirth, and it's leading you towards a new life. This card depicts new life. You see the baby, right? You see the death. So for some of you, you're being reborn in a different way. You are opening yourself up to a new experience of the soul, a new soul contract. But it does require letting go of an old you, an old version, an old dynamic, an old paradigm. Powerful energy here. Let's take a look at finances, abundance, wealth, and money. You have the Cup, you have the Clover, and you have Buddha. I love the Buddha, life purpose, right? This is more than just money. However, money is crucial. We need money, right? To pay the bills and to put food on the table. But it also is important for you to feel like you are living and leading with your spiritual mission, right? Some of you are counselors, tarot readers, you have a spiritually based business, or you take what you've learned and you incorporate it into your work, even if you're an accountant, right? Even if you are a grocery store bagger, whatever it may be, it's like it has to fulfill you. It has to come from a place of deep intuition. And the Buddha is about you being divinely guided. This is about spiritual wealth, okay? Spiritual wealth. You have the Clover. Some of you are hitting a lucky break. A lucky break. Finally, something is coming to a close or coming to an end that's been a long time coming. It's been an ongoing battle. It could be an ongoing court case. It could be something you were dealing with law or with authority. Some of you, this is a long-seated dream that you've had, but maybe you lost sight of it. I feel some of you could even be going back to school, or there could be something with teaching globally, internationally. This is fortune, okay? Taking a gamble or gambling for some of you. It's taking a chance. It's good fortune. You may even work outdoors, or you may work with products that come from nature. This is about finances. It's about risky business and surprises. So I do feel like there's a surprise. You may not see it quite yet. Okay, Spirit saying lift. Okay, As I lifted here, we have the actions. There's going to be a surprise where it allows you to take action. And it's interesting because sometimes that Emperor in reverse, it can be about stepping into one's power or taking action on something we believe to be important. And here it is for you. So I feel like that's part of that surprise, is taking action towards your new life in some way, shape, or form. You also have the cup. The cup, Scorpio, is about overflowing prosperity. It can talk about a full or empty account, bank account. This can be your own personal cup, right? What fulfills you? What are you investing in? Where are your efforts? Are they paying off, right? This can be about a career where you are a nurturer, right? It's like that king or queen of cups. You could be a nurse. You could be a healer of some sort. You could be a therapist, a coach, a doctor, or someone who takes care of others in some way, shape, or form. You may have even taken care of loved ones who've been sick, or you could be a stay-at-home parent or a multitasking parent, right? You could have a job and take care of the family as well. This is about you feeling fulfilled. So Scorpio, if it's been a struggle for you to fill your cup, that's why you have the lucky break coming in here, because you've created this luck. And that may feel like a surprise to you, but it's really not, because you have been doing the work. You've been patient. You've been going through a lot. You've been working on your own self-development. Even if at days it seems like you're taking 5 steps back and 2 steps forward, and it feels like you can't get ahead, I feel like your hard work is going to pay off here. All right, what do we have here for... Oh, wow. You can't make this up. Look at that. Some of you, there's some sort of debt being paid, or you are able to apply more money to some sort of debt. There could be a consolidation here. There could be a large chunk of money that allows you to pay something off. I mean, beautiful card. Who doesn't want to have some sort of debt? This could be a small credit card or a large one. It could be a bill that you've had, maybe some past dues, right? I feel like you're paying something off here, or it feels like you've reached a deadline and something may show up in the nick of time, okay? I'm going to tell you that. Something shows up in the nick of time, and it's going to allow you to what? Save money. You have the saving money there. If you can see it, it's a little dark, but being able to have a little bit of extra, maybe money, coming in, emotional wealth, financial wealth, by having a little bit of extra, maybe time or extra energy to put towards something here that's going to be a return on your investment, looks really good. Because some of you are thinking about retiring, right? Or resigning. That could be this major transition, right? With the Emperor and the Tower and the Death card, you may be transitioning out of maybe the workforce, or you may be going from corporate to entrepreneur, entrepreneur to corporate, whatever it may be for you. There's big changes. You have the butterfly, and that is the Death card, right? So there are some changes here where you're wanting to spread your wings, Scorpio, in a new area of your life. And there's the offer. There's the handshake. Could be a handshake from the universe saying, all right, we're co-creating. Here we are. It's been a long time coming, but we got this, right? It could be a physical offer about a job, right? Some of you could be getting into maybe a college or a program. I'm also getting, there could be a handshake or an agreement that has to do with maybe a home or a sale of a home. Yeah, this is good. I mean, look at him smiling ear to ear. So there's favorable news coming in here for you, Scorpio. Let's look at love. What do we have for love? Well, doesn't this look sweet? Some of you, there's going to be a reconciliation, right? Reconciliation. If that's what you're wanting, don't go in the comments saying, I don't want him back, Mel. I don't want him back. It doesn't mean that it has to be an ex from the past, but sometimes retrograde can bring in past energy. This can be, you know, family, right? It can be the cousin that went off to war that you haven't seen for a long time, right? It could be a sibling or a child that's been living out of the state or out of the country. So there could be someone coming back in to your life, but you could also have some triggers that may show up for you as well. We'll call them tests, little tests from the universe, tests from your soul to say, Oh, Scorpio, have you learned a lesson? And sometimes that can show up, and it may not even be in the physical. It could be in the emotions, right? It can be energetically. You have a dream about a person that you were with 20 years ago. So just be mindful that there can be some past energy coming up for you. It doesn't mean you have to do anything with it, right? It doesn't mean you have to get back with anyone or give anyone a second chance unless you want to, of course. Some of you may be going through a period of either singlehood or some challenges when it comes to matters of the heart where it's important to lean on your friends. There's that song, I get by with a little help from my friends. That should be your motto when it comes to love this month. Lean on your friends, ask for help, accept support from others, right? Sometimes we have that belief we have to be strong. We can't let anybody feel or see or be a part of our emotions. That's our burden. We don't want to burden anyone else, but you have friends, loved ones, family, therapists, coaches that love you and want to help you and want to see you thrive. So you don't have to go through some sort of struggle or challenge alone. Now, for others of you, you could be going out with some friends, letting your hair down here and meeting someone if you're single. This could be a new connection. Maybe you're out playing, I don't know, bridge or I don't even know. Is that a card game? Maybe you're joining a crafty class or you're taking an aerial yoga, whatever it may be for you. You could meet someone through a friends group or friendly environment as well. And it could be quite fun, right? This could be playfulness. And we see that page showing up here. So Page of Swords, this can even be a younger air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This can be recapturing romance, right? It says recapture. So some of you, there needs to be some sort of reigniting of passion that's happening within you. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Because some of you shut down your pleasure zone. You shut down that sacral chakra of pleasure and sensuality, sexuality, intimacy, trust. Maybe because it's been so long, or maybe because you were hurt. You went through a divorce or a tower moment in the past. Some of you, this death and birth, there could even have been issues with the sacral chakra, maybe even hysterectomy or hormonal. There could have been pregnancy, infertility, anything like that. And I feel like you are opening up to bringing more joy and fun and childlike enthusiasm into your life, into your relationships, and letting your own inner child come out and have a little bit of fun. Because we forget about that inner child sometimes when we're full of adulting and responsibilities, right? Someone could be reuniting with some grandchildren or some children that they haven't seen for a while. Okay. Someone could be dealing with some father issues as well, or healing, even if your father is crossed on, or if he's still here, but maybe it's been a struggle. There could be some health concerns going on with someone's father. Maybe they are transitioning as well, or April could be a month that they have transitioned. Okay. What else do we have here from the soul's truth? Look at that. You have, what are the dominant emotions that run my life? How do you fill your day, Scorpio? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us to the feelings we seek. But when we begin filling every day, there's that cup. When we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. That is fulfillment. And what do you have here? Spiritual fulfillment or spiritual wealth. That is what's going to create that fulfillment for you. Today's soul action. Lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? And are you, Scorpio, willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? Yeah, so many times we get caught up in that loophole, that belief that once I meet someone, then I'll feel better. Once Friday hits, then I'm going to have fun, right? Once Easter comes, then I can use the fine china. What are you waiting for, right? I feel like there's this energy here of feeling it now, right? Eating the dessert first, using the fine china on a Tuesday night, eating pizza, right? Allow yourself to embrace all of it because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I do feel like some of you, you've been sitting in some emotions that may have been challenging or may have been heavy, and you're asked to open yourself up, right, to discovery, to exploration, and see what else is possible for you. That's why Wanderlust is your main energy. To whom am I comparing myself right now? What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you. Ready to be brought out, shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you need, Scorpio, and want is within you. So stop comparing and start creating. Yeah. When we get caught in that comparing energy, and that can be that five of wands, that conflict energy, kind of, they have the beautiful life, they have the family, they have this, they have a business, right? And then you're comparing it to what you do or do not have. It can be a never-ending cycle of humiliation, of shame, of judgment, and it can just be a low frequency, one that you probably don't want to manifest in that energy, right? Because it may not bring you the most positive results. And I feel like you've had to learn that, some of you the hard way. Are you letting fear stop you? Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret, Scorpio, is that you are the boss of your fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. There's the Knight of Wands, the action taker. Sometimes that Knight of Wands gets a bad rap, right? This is the player. This is the one that doesn't really care where their rose is pointed as long as they hit something, right? And I feel like, yeah, some of you could have dealt with a situation where you were dealing with inconsistency or a non-committal type of energy. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's no stopping you now, right? This is about you being brave and doing it scared. Choose one fear. That's why you have the Emperor. That's why you have the Death and the Tower, all in reverse here, except the Death card, because it's saying that you will hit your mark. You will set that intention and follow through by taking action. You are in need of a hero, so that is who you will become. And that's the energy that I'm getting from this Knight of Wands. I feel like this is a characteristic of yourself where you're in need of a hero, you're setting your intention, and you're going to follow through. That's why you have the Queen of Wands backing you up. All right. And lastly Scorpio, you have the, Anima Monday. Okay, this is a card from the Wild Unknown archetype, and I have no clue what that is, but I opened to the page right away. So there's an important message here for you. I absolutely love this deck. It's so interesting. The energy, the illustration. This is the soul of the world. It's all that is. Anima or anime, I hope I'm not butchering that, Monday epitomizes the principle, accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world in all its multifaceted, multidimensional layers bonded together by loving cosmic forces. Diversity is celebrated, multiplicity is honored, and nothing is denied. Embrace constructs of separation dissipate into the wonderful mess of shared consciousness. Anima Monday is the link between the literal and the imaginal, the rational and the mythic. It is the connection fiber that makes life meaningful. This card indicates an initiation on the level of the soul. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. You will sense yourself as a critical note in the cosmic orchestra. Destiny is altered as you hear the enchanted melody of all living things. When this shows up as the light aspect, this is about tending to the sacred details of life. And when it does show up in the reverse, it's feeling overwhelmed by the bigness of its existence. And maybe that actually kind of goes hand in hand with your wanderlust that we keep referring back to. So it is about opening yourself up, opening your gifts up, not being small, right? Not dimming your light to fit in, quote unquote, or feeling like you're getting lost in the bigness of existence, right? The embrace of the Anima Monday is available anytime, anywhere, to anyone, day or night, rich or poor. It is a process of unveiling our resistance to its love. Anima Monday is the energy behind the World card in the tarot deck. 80th carry themes of universal unity, completeness, and embrace. I'm not sure what all that means, but what I got from that was the the emperor, the world, completeness. And we're referring back to the wanderlust. There is something here about completing some major cycles of your life and tending to the Buddha energy that we have showing up here for you, Scorpio, right? This is life purpose. It's more than money. It is spiritual in nature. This is divinely guided. The timing is right. I feel spiritual timing or divine timing is at play here. And for those of you that have been going back and forth with what am I here for? What's my existence? What do I need to explore more of, right? I feel like you're opening yourself up to this greater existence, like this card says. This is exploration, like we've been saying multiple times here. It is getting out of your own way even to step outside of your comfort zone and not letting others sabotage you or tell you what apple to eat, right? You are the one that gets to choose your destiny. You are the one that gets to choose what flavor aligns with you the most, right? And I feel like that's why April is showing up very significant with these three major arcanas. And there's endings bringing in new beginnings. And a beginning that is more stable, right? That is not going to be pulled out from underneath you with the tower. One that is maybe more healthy. There's a new beginning here that feels a lot more healthy. One that you are learning to question, research, and navigate your own ropes, your own gifts, your own strengths, and everything in between. Scorpio, that is what I have for you. I hope it resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Lots of love.